Here we go. Okay. So welcome everyone. Uh-oh, there we go. Just a quick look over all the topics that we're going to cover tonight. What you can look forward to, we're going to hear from our guest speakers, as I said, who are going to cover their respective topics, and then we'll get to the council-specific information a little bit later in the presentation. So quick introductions again. I am Jessica Stacy, the product sales manager, and I am so thrilled to welcome Carrie Davis to the product sales team. She is going to be supporting me this cookie season, and all of you might recognize her from our recruiting department. I stole her away. So I'm so excited to be working together, and please make Carrie feel welcomed as she embarks on her first cookie season with me. On the right-hand side, I'm sure these are familiar faces to you. Your troop support specialists are available to you to answer any questions that you ever have. They have been an extremely helpful resource for me. As all of you on this call probably know, this was my first cookie sale in 2020, and what a ride it was. And I could not have done it without the help of troop support. So I also want to give a quick shout out to Ashley. She was new to our team. She joined our council this summer, and that is Emily Wells. And if some of you may already know this, but she is getting married next weekend and will be Emily Filipponi. So this page, I want to go over some important dates. This calendar is located on page 4 in your manual if you do have that in front of you. I do want to point out there is one incorrect date on there, so if you've got something to write with, please look right here, March 25th. That is not the last day of the cookie sale. The last day of the sale is actually going to be Sunday, March 21st. So please make sure that you cross that out, highlight it, whatever you need to do, but the official last date of the cookie sale is March 21st. And then over here on the right, I've got some supplemental dates that I wanted to share with you. This year, I'm going to be offering a cupboard manager training, easy for me to say, on December 1st. The time is TBD, but if you are able to pass that information along to your cupboard manager, please do so. We've got some incredible enhancements to the Cupboard Keeper and eBuddy that Tallery is going to touch on later. And so we want to be able to make sure that our cupboard managers are fully trained on all the resources available to them. We are starting girl uploads into eBuddy very soon. So I just wanted to let you know that we are going to be starting that as early as November 1st. Our plan this year is to try to upload girls daily. So that way we're catching them as quickly as we can. If not daily, we're really shooting for every other day. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna get that off there for you. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm sorry. We can't do everything without a hitch. So, okay. Let me go back one slide if I can. Back to that important date slide. Thanks for your patience. Okay, so Heather is going to be discussing Digital Cookie later, but you can go ahead and write this down in your manuals that our Digital Cookie launch date is December 11th. This little asterisk right here, I'm also going to get to that a little bit later in the training, but I'm going to have supplemental training opportunities this year, and so I will share those dates with you a little bit later in the presentation. So I just wanted to do a quick poll. I know that many of you have been volunteering with us for several seasons. So if I can pull up my poll, If you wouldn't mind submitting your answer for how many seasons that you've been with us, I would really be curious to know, because I know that we've got a lot of experienced volunteers with us. So I like to kind of see where we're at and where our audience is. So I'll leave it open for a few seconds. That's great. So, I mean, the majority of you guys have been with us at least one season. It looks like the longest, we're kind of in a tie for the 2 to 5 years and 11 to 15. Who thinks that they've been here the longest? Who's in that 11 to 15 range? If you don't mind sharing. I can't see anybody while I'm sharing the screen, but if you wouldn't mind shouting it out.
If we're counting girl years, then I am in the 11 to 15.
Thanks, Jennifer. Anyone else been? Jennifer, are you at the 15? Are you at the high end?
Oh man, this is my 8th year as a volunteer, and I was a Girl Scout for 5 years. So,
can anyone beat that?
This is my 11th year.
Oh. Who was that?
Karina.
I've been 11 years as a troop cookie consultant. Amber Sanders.
Thank you.
And I've been 11 years. This is my 11th year, and this is Delee.
Awesome.
If I count Jessica, I'm at 13. It's Jennifer.
Oh, geez.
Oh my gosh. We have got some really experienced people. I'm so lucky.
This is Sharon. I've been 11 years too.
Awesome.
I marked the wrong thing. I thought it was 10, but I counted and it's 11.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. I just kind of wanted to see where we were at. So, well, I appreciate this, and together, us as the council and with you guys, we've got this. So moving right along, what do we do in the cookie sale? We sell cookies. So just quick review of the products that we've got. We do not have any new cookies joining us this season, but the Lemon Up was a great success. It made its debut in the 2020 cookie sale and ended up being about 10% of our overall sales. So it was embraced by our council and our customers, and we are happy to have that cookie returning with us. Everything else should look very familiar to you, especially if you've been with us over the years. So that is our product. So we all know that eBuddy is our best friend when managing our products. eBuddy is our inventory management system. So I would like to ask Tallery to please unmute and tell us a little bit more about eBuddy's new features this year.
Yay! All right. Thank you all so much for the time that you spend on the cookie season and for the love that you have for the girls that you serve. Much appreciated. We have some new features because this might be unlike some of the other 11 to 13 years that everybody has spent in the cookie program. It's not exactly a whole new ball game, but we've made some tweaks. So go ahead and hit the next slide for me, Jessica. And these tweaks were based on a lot of what happened last season. We had 4 councils who had not even delivered their initial order yet, so they got caught up in March. So we want you guys to know that it is possible to have a cookie season with some tweaks, and definitely making sure girl safety is at the forefront. So for eBuddy this season, don't do it right now to be distracted, but we have the eBuddy app. If you're a Troop person, it's been the Troop app in the past, but now it's just the eBuddy app, because we have cupboards and service units and Troop people now inside of the app. And that's going to be important in just a minute, but it is available for download on Apple and with Android right now. If you guys wanted to download it to your phone, you could right now. We've also got a dynamic dashboard. We had one for the Troop last season. It's got all those fun charts and graphs on it, but now we have them for the cupboard level and the service unit level as well. And this season, we are going to have to keep up with the new cybersecurity rules in California, and there will be a one-time password reset that when you get into the system for the season. So just want you to be prepared for that. It's just so we can keep up with those rules. So next slide, please. The most exciting things are coming up shortly. So to promote a contactless season and to help with COVID level safety regulations, we have an initial order pickup acceptance in the form of a text message. So if you guys can see that on the right, it's a little crowded, but that's a troop volunteer level view that you guys are looking at, and that's their delivery tab. On the bottom left is the phone number that they can use to accept their initial order pickups. Now for some of you, that might be a service unit pickup if you're a little farther out, and then the OKC pickups happen at Armstrong Warehouse. But we do have this contactless option this season. Paper receipts are always an option, but if you'd like to go contactless, this is how we're gonna do it for the initial order. Big exciting thing, which is going to be good for us all the time, the cupboards are going to have pickup slots now. So this has actually been requested by volunteers previous to this year. We're going to have pickup slots. We get to decide how long those are, but it's to make sure that troops arrive in a spaced out manner so that we can promote social distancing at the cupboards for this season. Is anybody a cupboard manager on the call? Can I get a whoop or a shout out in the chat box? Can I get a what? Surely, there's usually one or two cupboard. Yeah, thank you, Karina. There's always one or two cupboard managers on the call. So we want to make sure that you guys are aware of the pickup slots, and it's really important to put in the days and the times that are best for you. And troops will be able to accept their cupboard pickup in the eBuddy app. So if you wanted to go without receipts, without paper receipts, and go full contactless at the cupboard, there is an in-app approval this year. And another exciting feature, which we have elevated this season due to the last season and all the things happening with COVID. I'm not going to steal Heather's thunder. She will be able to explain this far better than I. But we have something called the Troop URL now. So the way that the Troop URL was used last season was for councils that were caught up during the restrictions towards the end of season. We had something called the Troop URL. So this year it's going to be a faux girl in eBuddy. You guys can see that at the bottom of the screen. And the Troop URL needs to be set up just like a regular girl on the DOC side. I'll let Heather cover that a little bit more, but the purpose of it is that starting on February 19th, customers can go into the cookie finder, which is how customers find cookies during the season. They put in their zip code, and the Troop URL will pop up in the zip code that the troop leader lives in. And the customer who may not know a girl can be able to get shipped or donated cookies. So that's the concept behind it. And it's just to connect more customers safely to girls who are, troops and girls who are selling cookies. I don't want to take too much away from Heather, but this is what it's going to look like in eBuddy. It is automatically created. So if you see a girl named Troop and then your number after it, that is the Troop URL. And we have some other exciting ways that you can use the Troop URL at booths as well. So if you've ever been frustrated at a booth because you had to log in under an individual girl, you can now log in under the Troop URL. So it's dual purpose, two really incredible uses for one feature. Next slide. Awesome. Okay, so obviously a lot of the alternative selling strategies last season and this season have been to sell online. So we wanted to create a lot of social media marketing resources for you and for your girls and your troops to use during the season. So next slide, please. The biggest concept that, if you guys don't already know about it from last season because you kind of got caught up in the end of it, but the biggest concept for the upcoming season to help you sell contactlessly and for the girls to stay involved is to use the DOC Girl Delivered option to get customers to purchase their cookies through the Girls DOC link, and then to do porch drop-offs at your customers' homes, completely contactless, right? No money changes hands, no talking in front of the customer, touching the customer, anything like that. You just drop it off on the porch and it's good to go. And you leave a little thank you note. The girls can come with mom if it's safe to do so, or girls can help drop off if it's safe to do so. But using that DOC girl delivered option was really pivotal last season during the heaviest restrictions to make sure that the girls could stay safe. So at the end of this week, after the approval processes are finished, we will have a virtual cookie booth guide, and that'll be available on littlebrownie.com, but it's also going to be available to you, the service unit, and the troop in the eBuddy Help Center. So that gives girls great tips on how to market their girl delivered link safely and how to deliver cookies safely. It's a great little kind of play-by-play tip sheet for girls who would like to sell that way. Next. Awesome. So this is also going to be in your help center, and it actually is living there right now at the troop level. It's called the We've Got This Toolkit, and we have all sorts of marketing collateral for you if you are able to sell in person, obviously, as safe as you can, gloves, masks, the whole shebang. You guys see at the bottom right, there's the 6 feet of distance signs like you see at all the grocery stores that say, please keep 6 feet away, but we have our giant cookies on them. We have a menu, so you can set the menu on your table at the edge so that people can see the varieties that they would possibly want to purchase. And then of course, those table tents will help your customers know how much the cookies are without, having to be so close that they have to hear you. Go ahead and go to the next slide for me. And Jessica, drive-through booths, is that going to be an option? I should have asked that before we started this training.
Yes, and
So
I will.
sorry.
That's okay. I will touch on specific booth questions later on in the presentation, but yes, we are going to allow that.
Fabulous. Yes, booth questions have been the #1 thing so far in the 3 trainings that I've done before this one, but we've got all the resources that you need to let your customers know where a drive-through booth would be located and where they need to move their car. Jessica will get into the nitty-gritty of it. We also have a thank you note, and we have a booth inventory sheet available as well. So these are all printable resources in the Help Center in eBuddy. Next slide. Awesome. And then of course, as always, social media posts, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, for holidays, recipes, a bit of a spoiler if you're looking closely at the page to what our mascot is for the season. So we've got a lot of things around the mascot for the season. And then of course, cookies are coming soon. So you can let your customers, all of them, know that it's cookie season. Go ahead and go to the next one. And this is where all the bakery stuff lives. Facebook at Samoa's Cookies, Twitter at Samoa's Cookies, Instagram at Samoa's Cookies, big shocker there. And then YouTube, Little Brownie Bakers. There's a ton on the YouTube page. And then coming soon at Little Brownie Bakers community on Facebook. So you guys will have these slides. If you want to follow us and get all those great posts so you can have success during your season, feel free to do so.
Great.
Thank you
so much, Valerie. I appreciate that.
I'll be in the chat if anybody has any questions.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Next up, I would like to invite Heather Law to tell us about some of the exciting digital cookie enhancements.
Excellent. Hello, everyone. So this is a full deck that kind of walks through everything. But since I got to talk directly to most of you last year, we'll just kind of breeze through that part here. So we can go ahead and start skipping. All right, so we'll keep skipping. One more. So just a little reminder on how Digital Cookie works. You'll get a volunteer registration email and a parent registration email, and those will invite you to register for Digital Cookie. You'll click the green button and you'll create a password. You'll log in with that password. You'll get to view a safety video and agree to the terms and conditions of the safety pledge. You'll just authenticate those girls that are going to be using the site and add a first name for them if they've got like a different one that then is in the site, and add an email address if they're over 13 and if you want to, and that gets you up and going. So from there, girls will set up their site. They'll add in their sales goal and then how many boxes of cookies they've sold offline, so with order cards and at booths. they'll type in their cookie story and it coaches them through that. So they'll talk about what their troop is going to do with the cookie proceeds and what they've learned through selling cookies. They'll add in a photo or video to customize it, because girls who add photos and videos sell 2 to 3 times more cookies than girls who don't. Then they'll approve their site and publish it. So they'll see a little preview of it, see if it looks like how they want it to look like, and they'll go. Okay, so once they've got their site set up, they're going to want to add customers. So they're going to go to the customers tab. They're going to either import customers or add customers, or if they use Digital Cookie in a prior year, their customer list will be there. Once your Digital Cookie sale starts, they can send one of 3 marketing emails to the customers, and they can track their progress. On their home page, they can see their URL, and that URL is the link to their website. So they can either send marketing emails from the system, or they can take their URL and they can send that to customers via email or share it on social. Girls get to track their goal. They love when they get a sale. They love coming back to their dashboard and seeing how their metrics have changed, their little graphs have grown, how the pie charts have changed. They also, on their homepage, they can see if they've reached their goal, they can update their goal. If they have if they need to update their offline sales, they can update their offline sales there as well. Hold on one second. We're about 3 hours behind you, and we're trying to find one of my children. So hold on.
Not a problem.
Okay. Well, the girl has given him ideas of where to find him. So don't worry, he's not actually lost. He's just probably somebody else's house. So.
Okay. Do we need to pause at all?
No. They're
Okay.
off looking. So
Okay.
he's a second kid. He's not, he's not as important, right? Just kidding. He's not a Girl Scout. So when girls do get orders, parents do need to approve those in-person delivery orders. So they have to come to the website. They'll get an email to remind them. They come to the website. They can look up that customer's order, see what the person has ordered to make sure that it's cookies that they can get, and also that it's somewhere that they can deliver to. Maybe it's somebody I don't know, or they're 3 states away. So maybe I'm not going to approve that order, but if it's cookies I can get and I'm going to, no problem, I'm going to see that person in a few weeks, I'm going to go ahead and approve that order. So they can see all of their orders, all the completed ones, delivered ones, shipped ones, donated ones at the bottom of that page as well. So next slide. So we do have a learning tab that's got games and videos, and those vary by age level. It's a great tools are on there, whether it's videos, planning tools like a action planner, or tools for younger and older girls. The learning tab has lots of those. There's also, the next slide has our tab about badges. So the cookie business badges are on there, and they vary by age level. So they're the appropriate one for whatever the girl is. It also has the entrepreneur pin in it. So last year, of course, the family entrepreneur pin debuted. The requirements are in Digital Cookie, and now this year we will have the 2nd year of it as well. The requirements are the same. If you haven't looked at it real closely, the requirements are the same. So you'll see they're in there twice. The family just works through the requirements twice, because what she's going to do the 2nd year of her program is going to be different than what she did the previous year. So next slide. So we do have new functionalities. It's one of the new things. And Jessica, if we aren't doing this, just feel free to stop me. But parents will have the option to add in their paper order card orders into Digital Cookie. Now it's just a informational piece. It doesn't flow to eBuddy at this point, but they can put them in here, and the leaders can, on their tab, they can pull all the reports in one place of all the girls' orders, and they can print that out or not, but they'll be able to easily see those at a glance and pop them into eBuddy. So a really nice way to kind of consolidate all the orders into one place. And we also will have an inventory tab. So parents will be able to see my initial order, all my online orders, how many cookies I got from my troop, and they'll be able to keep some inventory in Digital Cookie. So if they get an in-person delivery order later on and it pushes them over how many cookies they actually have sitting in their living room, it will show up as a red negative. So they'll know, oh gosh, you know, I've agreed to too many cookies on my in-person delivery orders and I need to order some more cookies. So we're kind of building out this first year here, informational only for the parent to enter the initial order. But ultimately, the goal is that this will just talk right nice and smooth to eBuddy. And so parents will be able to put their orders in here. Leaders will be able to take a look, approve them, and eBuddy will have them. But not yet, but soon. So that's in here this year. All right. So another thing that will be an option, I believe, and again, if I'm wrong, Jessica, stop me, sorry. After the initial order time, a little bit later, parents will have the option to turn off in-person delivery for their girl or turn off variety.
That is true.
So perfect. So this would be handy. Maybe it's towards the end of the sale and you know your council still has, we'll say, lemon ups, but maybe your troop is out of them, the service unit, the cupboard's out of them, and you know there's 3 days left in the sale or a few days left in the sale, and I'm in one of those rural areas where it's just not really handy for me to get to a cupboard to get more of those cookies. So maybe as a parent, I'm going to say, okay, I want to still have in-person deliveries, but I'm going to turn off lemon ups for my customers. So I don't get somebody ordering those and I have to turn down their entire order just because I don't have lemons. So parents can turn off a variety. Or maybe maybe they are personally affected by COVID and they can't do any more in-person deliveries, so they want to turn off delivery for their customers. So they have that option now to turn that off after. This won't be in effect until after the initial order goes in, though, because before that, I wouldn't be out of a kind of cookie because I can always get cookies as before my initial order. So this will be a little bit later. Also, it does encourage them before they turn off a variety to really, you know, check and make sure you can't get these cookies, because we don't want parents just saying, oh, I'm out of these, I'm done. We want them to remember that there are ways to get these cookies and fill orders out of, you know, cupboards, warehouses, from the troop leader inventory, whatever, before they just, you know, throw up their hands and say, I'm done. I'm out of cookies. I'm done selling. So we don't want them to do that. All right, next slide. Oh, it looks like there's a couple questions. Do you want me to pause for those, Jessica?
Sure.
Or,
Let me,
okay.
So if I could have someone from troop support maybe help me monitor that chat box, just so I don't have to pull it up while I'm in screen sharing. Do you see some digital cookie specific questions, Heather?
Yeah, so I see, can troop leaders turn off a variety or is it just parents? So right now it's just parents. And we actually talked a lot about this with several different councils and thought partners, and we kept it to parents right now. We were concerned that a leader, if she had the ability to turn off a variety or turn off delivery, might just say, oh, you know what, you guys are done selling cookies now, and make that decision for a parent. So right now it's just parents. So if the leader is in a situation where we're out of trefoils and I can't get any more, she'd have to tell the parents, if you're still doing in-person delivery, you know, can you turn off trefoils if you don't have any more? So that's the other thing, is the parent might still have trefoils in her house that she could use to fulfill an in-person delivery order. So if the troop turns it off, then the parent can't get any more of those orders. So that's why we left it at the parent level. And is the parent initial order option for pre-orders? Yes. So that inventory where they enter their parent or their paper order card is just for initial orders. And so after the due date for initial orders, that's going to go away, and it'll actually become an inventory screen that they are building right now. So I don't have a screenshot of that yet. But entering the paper orders is just prior to your initial order. So after initial orders, that screen won't be there anymore. Good questions. All right, next slide. So nothing has changed significantly in the customer view. Girls can still send those emails. Customers can click on the green button, or they might get the link. Next slide. And when they come to the site, same thing, they order cookies, they can donate cookies, they can order them for shipping or delivery. Next slide, or click it, sorry. They enter their payment information, they see their orders. And shipping, also great news. Shipping, actually, they were able to keep it the same as last year. So despite lots of carriers increasing their rates. If you've kept up on that stuff, carriers are starting to increase their rates, even though they're really, really busy. They're feeling the pinch from a lot of different levels. And so we were actually able to keep shipping the same as the prior year. So that's really good. And, oh, so I do apologize. So, sorry, you guys are direct sale counsel, yes?
Yes.
I messed that up. I'm so sorry, guys.
That's okay.
That's the problem of 72 councils and juggling them all in my head. So no, you're not actually taking pre-orders. So that that initial order card option won't be there for you guys because that's for pre-order councils. So scratch that whole segment. Sorry.
And I apologize for not stopping you. I was following along with you.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
So checkout, same thing. Nothing has changed. It's still the same checkout. They get a little confirmation email. So perfect. The mobile app will be out in January, and it's pretty similar to prior years. However, there's a couple things that you will see on it when it comes out. So right now there's a share my site button. This year, share my site, which is where you can email a link to customers for the Girls Digital Cookie site. This year, there will also be a QR code. So right next to share my site, there'll be a QR code. And so you could bring that up and you could show a customer on your screen, here's a QR code that they can just, scan and link and go directly to the girls' site to buy cookies. So while that won't be there until January, QR codes are something you can create at any time. So even when your sale starts in December, you can take the girl's link. You can find a ton of programs that will make her link into a QR code. And so the girl could get really creative and she could, put that QR code on a business card that she's going to drop off with potential customers that she, didn't find at home that she wants to sell cookies to, or for social distancing, she can, have a flyer or a business card or something like that so that, customers can just easily scan that code, be taken right to her link to buy cookies. So helpful thing. Oh, sorry about my volume there. One other thing that's going to be great is when the app comes out, parents will have the ability to log sales for the troop. So if there are parents who are helping out at a cookie booth, they can click that these sales are for the troop. And so their booth sales now can be credited to the troop and not just to the individual girl. Because we know that was a little bit hectic to have to log in as a girl and the booth sales go to the girl and you got to, move them all around at the end. So now parents or leaders can log in at a booth sale and make sure those sales at the booth are going to the troop.
Heather, can I stop you for just a moment?
Yeah.
Are my slides caught up with where you're at?
Yeah, there's no slide for it because it doesn't come out till January.
Gotcha.
So
Just wanted to make sure.
Yep. So no slide for it. But all the sales will go to the troop. And so at the end, the leader will split those sales across all the girls, but they're all in one place with the troop instead of with the girls. So, all right, next, again, just the app, and that's the checkout and reviewing orders. Next slide. Similar checkout process, nothing's changed there. We can keep going. All right, so troop leader service unit view. So this is where we do have a couple changes. Again, they aren't all built yet, so I'll give you screenshots of what we have right now. And when we get a little more, we'll put together some sheets that we'll get out to Jessica and she can make sure you have those. But the troop leader does have a slightly revamped homepage. So on the left, she will still have those metrics that she's had in the past. But below that, the troop leader will have a section for a couple kind of reports that she hasn't previously had. So the first is a report she's always had, and that's where she can pull all the order data for all the girls. So a big report that we'll see in a second, and it's got all the data. The next one is initial order, and that's if you were an initial order counsel, you could pull that report. So scratch that one. And the third one are the cookie badges. So previously, for the past 6 years, as girls have earned those badges in Digital Cookie, we just had to hope that they were going to tell the leader that she earned them. So this year we have a way for the leader to see what badges the girl has earned, what requirements she's earned. Maybe she's earned 3 of the requirements on one of the badges, so she can encourage her to earn those last 2. or she can see that, 4 girls in the troop earned the family pin and she can get the family pin for them. So next slide just shows you a little glance of those reports. So the order data report, the initial order report, and the cookie badges report. So those are a couple new ones. So this is a biggie here. So this one, when a troop leader or volunteer, if they're in eBuddy as a troop leader or troop cookie manager, when they log into Digital Cookie, they'll see a screen that looks similar to the section on the left here. And so it says troop cookie site. So we are going to, I don't know if anyone knows this or not, but in February and March, the cookie finder for GSUSA will be repurposed to not just find cookie booths near a person. It will also help them find a troop and their troop link to buy cookies directly from a troop. So in order to do that, when a troop leader or volunteer comes into Digital Cookie, she's going to click the set next button to set up my site. And there's not pictures of this next stuff yet, so just bear with me. She will have to designate who the primary contact for the troop link will be. So it'll give her a drop down of all the volunteers associated with the troop, and she might pick herself or she might pick somebody else. So that primary contact will be the person who's in charge of the troop cookie site. We'll also ask for a zip code. So the person can enter the zip code that they're in or the majority of the troop lives in, whatever they choose to do. So they'll enter a zip code and they'll select their primary contact for the troop. At that point, whoever the primary contact for the troop is, when she goes to her Digital Cookie site, she basically gets a whole nother girl now. So if she had a daughter before, she's going to see her daughter and she'll see another daughter, and the other daughter is troop 12345 or 12359 here. So that's where the troop link will be built. So whoever's the primary contact will have access. She'll work with her troop to set up that site the same way a girl sets up the site, sets a goal, enters what they're going to do with the cookie money, all that stuff, adds a photo or a video, and publishes the site. So they set it up just like a girl, and the primary contact is the parent of the girl. So at that point, on February 19th, all of those links for those troops will be fed directly to GSUSA and the cookie finder. And if we go to the next slide, I think it's in here. Hope I remember right. Oh, skip ahead a couple. I apologize. I got these a little out of order and I realized it didn't make sense, but I'd already sent them to you. Sorry.
That's okay.
Go one more. There we go. So from February 19th through March 31st, there will be one link that the national team will be promoting, councils will be promoting, so that you can't turn your head without knowing that it's Girl Scout cookie time and that you should go to girlscoutcookies.org. I can't remember the exact, I think that's all it is, girlscoutcookies.org. So you'll enter your zip code and you'll be taken to a screen it'll function like the one on the right in that blue box. It won't look like that. But the bottom part will be what we're used to, of finding a cookie booth near me in that zip code. On the top, it will say, buy shipped or donated cookies from a troop. And so if I typed in a zip code of 12345, it will find me the troop with the zip code nearest to 12345 that I could buy cookies from for shipping or donation. If there are multiple troops in that zip code, it's going to randomize it. So today I'm going to click in and it might bring up troop 12359. The next time I click, it might bring up, troop 64321. So it'll randomize it if troops have the same zip code. So this will allow customers to come, click on that link. They'll be taken directly to that troop's digital cookie site. They can buy cookies for shipping or donation. And there's nothing else that the troop has to do. It does go into that, the girls account, anybody. And so at the end of the sale, the leader's going to take any cookies that came in from the National Cookie Finder, any sales that came in from those booths that we talked about in the mobile lab, and she's going to spread those out to the girls. So hopefully some bonus sales for everyone, starting February 19th. customers who want cookies who are in the area who don't have access or don't know a Girl Scout otherwise can now buy cookies. So we're really excited about this. And we're really hoping it's going to, for places where we don't have cookie booths like we used to, or just we've always had the problem of people who want cookies and don't know where to find them. So we're really hopeful. Last spring where we did Cookie Care, that was helpful. It showed us there was a demand for people wanting Girl Scout cookies. And of course, this year more than ever, Girl Scout cookies, I think, are going to be a great source of comfort and joy for everyone. So this will allow people to come here and get cookies from your troops.
That's exciting.
So yeah, next slide. And just a few notes here. So, contactless, big topic, right? And just a reminder that a lot of Digital Cookie is already set up to be contactless or with a little modification. So remember, donate and shipped orders already contactless, of course. For girl delivery orders, customers are paying for those ahead of time. It's a great way for a parent to say, hey, buy cookies from me, for girl delivery, and the parent and the girl can work to do some contactless delivery. So she can say, okay, I'm going to drop them off on your front porch, between 2 and 4, or I'll have them sitting on my front porch between, 2 and 4. Or, I will drive up, pick them up between, 3 and 5 at the library, come here, tell me your name, open your trunk, and I'll put them right in your trunk. So there's a lot of ways to make it contactless that already work within the system. Virtual cookie booths, I assume, are they being talked about later? Virtual cookie booths? Yeah, you said you were, right?
Yes,
Jessica?
I'll talk about
perfect.
booths later.
Perfect. And of course, one other thing, a mobile app I forgot too, is that we're going to add in OCR, which is optical character recognition. So that means that you can scan a credit card instead of typing in the numbers. So this is great at a cookie booth. I heard Tallery talk about the menus. So a customer could say, they could look at the menu, they could step back from your cookie booth. You could say, what would you like? They can tell you. You could have like a little bin that they put their credit card in, a sanitized bin. They could step back. You could scan their credit card for the numbers or type them in, either way. And once that card, has processed, you put their order on the table and you step back and the customer can pick up their card and their cookies. So, in-person booths and cookies in hand, again, already, can be fairly contactless with just a little bit of creativity. And there was a question, that link is just for donation or shipping, correct? Because it's a national link, a couple of things. We don't want, just anyone coming here trying to find a troop near me, choosing girl delivery, and the troop leader having to decide if that's somewhere safe or not safe. If I want to deliver those, trying to figure out who this person is. Should I deliver to them? We just don't want somebody who might have less than positive intentions, one, coming here and being able to have a Girl Scout deliver cookies to them, and somebody we don't know at all. Two, also, like, logistically, just might be, the nearest zip code might be significantly far away and I can't deliver to you, or we may have increased COVID restrictions in certain areas, so I couldn't be able to deliver those cookies to you. And so to have the customer think I'm getting Girl Scout cookies and have to cancel it and not get their cookies is a pretty disappointing experience. So yes, it's for shipping only for a number of reasons. So great question, Tracy, thank you. And the last section is just, if somebody doesn't get that registration email for Digital Cookie, there are ways to kind of get in through the back door and just, they're going to click I need help to log in. Next slide. And they'll walk through, I can request a registration email. Next slide. If it's not finding my email address, I can find out what's on file for me. Next slide. And it's going to verify a little bit of information for the girl. Next slide. And if I find out, next slide, that what's on file for me isn't correct or is missing, I can signify that to council. So the council could could update my information for me and get me into Digital Cookie, or add my information. So you can just kind of skip through these pretty quickly. There we go. All right. And I think.
And we're always there to help with these issues.
Yeah,
my team or troop support can always help.
Perfect. And I'm actually going to kick the question that's in the chat log now is better handled by your team. So Catherine wants to know if garage sale type sites on social media are still off limits.
That is a great question and segues right into our next speaker. Desiree Stillwell from GSUSA is going to talk a little bit about our online sales guidance. So Desiree, if you want to take the floor, I'm sure that will cover that question, and if not, we can come back to that at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I will be going over it. So that's perfect timing. So yeah, we're going to go over some online cookie program guidance and some FAQs and some documents that are available for everybody to access. And it's a great time to kind of go over it now. And then if you guys have questions, we can address them, and then you don't have to worry about hopefully addressing them during the cookie program. So just a reminder, we had new guidance that kind of went into effect starting last cookie season that girls may use the internet to share their cookie program sales links, stories, any kind of learnings with the following guidelines. We have to make sure that it's a girl-led program, and her online marketing and sales efforts always need to be led by a girl, while also obviously being supervised by her parents or guardians. We know older girls, they can be on social media. So just wanting to make sure that it's girl-led and that the girls are involved. Girls engaging in online sales and marketing need to review and apply the digital marketing tips for cookie entrepreneurs and families. So I'm assuming, Jessica, that after this, you're going to send out this deck to everybody?
I will, yes. And
Perfect.
These links are also referenced in the Troop Manual.
Okay, wonderful. So if you get this and you want to know where these are, you can click on these links. You can access them. They will go to GSUSA's page and where these documents live. We also recommend girls, volunteers, and parents reviewing, and I know it's a lot of documents, I'm sorry. We are working on like condensing documents so there's not so many, but reviewing and adhering to the Girl Scout Internet Safety Pledge, Digital Cookie Pledge, supplemental safety tips for online marketing, and also taking a look at the Girl Scout safety activity checkpoints. Oh my gosh, every time I say them, it just sounds like there's so many. So we want to make sure it's the safety activity checkpoints for computer and internet use. And then we also have activity checkpoints for cookie and product sales. And we want to make sure that the sales links are not posted on online resale sites. So not on eBay, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, Facebook Swap, any kind of those. I know the Nextdoor app also has a kind of online marketplace now. So just making sure it's not on like their garage sale type sites. You want to be aware that, and we weren't aware until last year, that Facebook, if you do a post on Facebook and it contains the use of a $, they may automatically move that post to Facebook Marketplace. So just wanting to make sure that you're aware of that and preventing this from occurring, you have to disable it in your function, in your automated function. Social media ads should not be purchased or donated to promote sales links. And I know you might be like, what? But we've actually seen, purchased Facebook ads for cookie programs. So we need to make sure we're talking about that. And then girls should make sure that they're removing their last name when using social media sites to really protect their identity. All right. Girls may use the internet to share their cookie program sales links, stories, and learnings, but we want to make sure, again, that they're adhering to everything, and especially the terms and conditions that are on the platform that they're utilizing. I know this has all the platforms, but we use this for a lot of presentations, but you want to make sure that whatever platform your council is utilizing, that you're adhering to those terms and conditions. GSUSA, we do reserve the right to remove or disable a link if it is violating any of our guidance, or if we are just, for some reason, if our baker is completely out of some kind of a flavor, or if there's some kind of safety issue, or if it goes viral and causes some kind of a disruption, and not viral like in a good way, but if there's some kind of negativity with it, that we do reserve the right to remove that link. We want to make sure that girls, parents, and volunteers contact or collaborate with your council, and your council would contact GSUSA in advance of if anything went onto like a national news media opportunity. Say you and your girl created some kind of a viral video and it was really exciting and it was going to go national. We want to make sure that you guys are collaborating with your local council and then also GSUSA marketing to make sure that everybody's efforts are going out and that the right message is getting out there. All right, so some additional supplemental safety tips for your online marketing. Again, we list numerous times where the items are and what to review. And we talk about, in addition to that, making sure you're protecting your identity, never direct message with people you don't know online or on social media platforms. Always use your Girl Scout online sales link for customer orders. Parents and guardians must approve all girl delivered online orders and supervise all communications and product delivery logistics with any customer girls don't personally know. So just as a reminder, and I think everybody knows this and it's just safety, but we always make sure we put that out there. Girls shouldn't be delivering cookies alone. You know, if your Girl Scout sales link is posted on a public facing site, be aware that that link is now searchable by anyone and could potentially appear anywhere on the internet. So we want to make sure that you're not sharing your personal information, as in like your last name, your phone number, your email, your street address. And then we also talk about not sharing your personal location information. And when we put in here, including your booth location, we're talking more along the lines of if this is like maybe a lemonade booth stand, so where you're maybe giving away your house address. So we want to just be aware and conscious of what information is being put out there for girl safety. So just to show kind of what the documents look like, if you're clicking on the link, it'll take you to this supplemental safety tips for online marketing. It's a great document that you can download and print up and give to troop leaders. So this is a nice printable document. And then on our next slide, we have our digital marketing tips for cookie entrepreneurs and families. So again, this is a great printable document. This is something that, again, you can print up and hand out. And then we also have additional troop leader resources available on girlscoutcookies.org.
Thank you, Desiree. I know that that sounds like, oh my gosh, there's so many safety rules and procedures, but this really is showing everyone that safety is our top priority, and keeping the girls safe is really our #1 concern. And so I'm really grateful that we have all these resources and these cute printouts. Desiree, thank you so much. It's really important to you guys too, as a service unit, cookie consultants, to be familiar with what these online guidelines are, because as we're all aware, we are likely going to be more virtual than we have been ever before. And so this is going to be probably an even hotter topic than it is every other season. So just get familiar with these. And of course, if you ever have any questions, I'm here for you, and Desiree is a great resource for us as well. So thank you, Desiree. We appreciate it.
You are welcome.
Okay, well, I accidentally skipped ahead, but we're going to take a short break here, and I've got a fun little quiz for us. So I'm going to stop sharing so I can pull up the link. I'll also take a quick break to answer any questions that maybe we haven't gotten to. Kathy, did that answer your question? Cool. All right, let me get this cookie quiz up and running. So this is just a fun little quiz over the information that we've covered tonight, and a few Girl Scout trivia type questions. And there are prizes for the winners, so I hope you've been paying attention. All right, let me get this. Okay, can you guys see that? Can you see it? Can I get a thumbs up? Awesome. Okay. Let's do, we want to do classic. Okay, so if you've never played Kahoots before, you're going to need a device that you can get on the internet. So your phone, open up a new, can you hear me if I mute that? The music was loud. Okay. You want to go to www.kahoot.it, and a screen like this should pop up, and you'll be able to enter your game pin. So I'll give everyone a couple minutes to get logged on, and
Hey, Jessica.
as we get more names
Jessica.
popping up there.
Jessica. Jessica. Can staff play?
Okay.
She can't hear me. Jessica.
I'm gonna get on too, just to make sure.
Hey, Jessica, can you hear us?
I will text her.
Give it just another minute or two. Before we start. So if you're staff, you can play. But I would really like this to be for our consultants. Give you like 30 more seconds to log in. Hopefully doing it this way, I don't just show all the answers. Okay, I'm gonna turn the music back on and let's go. So you're just gonna click the answer on the screen that you or on your phone that you think it is. How many flavors of cookies does our council offer? Didn't get 100%. I'm shocked. So we offer 8 varieties. I can review that slide at the end if we need to. All right, next question. Oh, nice. Amber answered the fastest, coming in hot. Here we go. True or false? Marketing resources are available on littlebrownie.com and the eBuddy Help Center. The answer is true. Good job. Oh, Dalee caught up. Which was the first troop ever to sell Girl Scout cookies? It is the Mistletoe Troop out of Muskogee, Oklahoma in 1917. Dalee holding strong at first. Who is the newest member of the product sales team? If you hopped on a little bit late, I did talk about this early on in the call. So this is my new teammate, Carrie. Good job. This is so fun. True or false? A troop needs to set up their digital cookie site in order to have a link on the cookie finder. The answer is true. I'm excited about that, the troop link. I think that's going to be really helpful for us. Nice job, Amber. What cookie was introduced to the lineup in 2020? The picture might give it away a little bit.
As I say, I feel like the picture might be giving it away a little.
Lemon Ups. I thought I might fool a few of you with that lemonades. Dang, Amber, she knows her stuff. True or false? Girls' online sales links can be posted on Facebook Marketplace. I hope you know the answer to this. Otherwise, Desiree might be disappointed. Correct. The answer is false. Amber's holding strong up there. True or false? Cupboards will now have time slots to help promote social distancing and efficiency in pickups. Y'all are quick. That is true. True or false? Girls should share a photo or video on their digital cookie site. True. Nice job. Oh, Amber and Jerica are neck and neck. One last question. What is the 2021 cookie sale theme? We love cookies, we've got this, wow the world, or COVID cookie sale?
I know what my favorite is.
Not your favorite. Nice job, everybody. Let's see who our third place winner goes to. Karina, congratulations. Amber came in second. Congrats, Jerica. You snuck up
1
there.
point.
Nice. Well, thank you guys for playing. Karina, Amber, and Jerica, you will be receiving an Amazon gift card. And we'll email you the link when we're done with our training. So congratulations. Let me get out of here. Get back to you guys. Okay, well, that was a fun little way to break up our training, and it sounds like most of you guys were paying attention. So great job. Well, let's give a virtual round of applause to our speakers. Thank you so much, Tallery, Desiree, and Heather for joining us. This last little bit of the presentation is going to be some more of our council-specific information, so you're welcome to stay on the call if you want, but otherwise, I really appreciate your time, and thank you so much. So let me hop back onto this PowerPoint one more time. And by the way, everyone, thank you for your patience. Don't consider myself a technical genius by any means, but let me get this pulled back up. Okay. Thank you for bearing with me for just a moment. Okay. So most of you have already seen or have heard what our mascot is this season. Hope the horse is going to be our mascot for the 2021 cookie sale. She's super cute. I'm really excited to have her. You will see that she shows up in a lot of the images on the reward card. So I just wanted to show you guys a quick glimpse of our reward card. I'm sure you've taken a look at these pages in the back of your manual. You will see that there are some items that are the same from last year, and that is because our hope is that we will be able to do everything on the reward card as it is printed here. So fingers and toes, everything you can cross that we will be able to travel in the upcoming cookie sale if your girls earn those rewards. So something new that I am trying this year that I'm really looking forward to, and I'm hoping it's a big success, is breaking up the training for our troop leaders. So what I'm going to do is offer 6 mini webinars instead of trying to cover everything that you could possibly need to know at the troop training on Thursday night. I'm going to break it up into little bite-sized chunks. So this is my schedule for these webinars. They'll be posted that morning at 10 o'clock, and then I will be available for office hours from 12 to 1 that afternoon. These will all be recorded and posted. If someone is not available to meet at that time, that's fine. They can also still contact info or me or their troop support specialist, but these are going to be hitting right around the time that it's relevant to know that information. And so I'm hoping that this will make the cookie sale seem less intimidating to some of our newer troop leaders, and it will just be a good refresher just in time for some of our returning troop leaders.
Jessica?
Yes.
Alma asked in the chat log about Juliet's doing booth sales.
We can talk about that in a minute. I'm going to cover booth sales in just a bit, which would be now. So if y'all don't mind, I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I want to be able to see all of you guys while we talk about some of these topics like booth sales, because I know all of you, I'm sure, are really curious about what our plan is as we're moving forward. So I just want to give you guys as the consultants some peace of mind that I have had conversations with Shannon and many of my colleagues, and our plan for now with booth sales is to proceed as we normally would, as if we were entering a regular cookie season. We don't want to do anything otherwise at this point. So Walmarts will still be council secured locations like they have been in the past, but you are allowed to start connecting with your networks for your local booth sales and start securing those locations. We're going to enter them in eBuddy just like we normally have. So proceeding as usual until we hear otherwise. That being said, we are going to ask that if you participate in a in-person booth, that you will follow some of our guidelines that we will be releasing. They are just honestly out of the girls' safety. Masks will be required, social distancing will be required. That's for your safety, the customer safety, and the girls' safety. So I just want to give you guys some peace of mind that we are totally planning on allowing in-person booths and are going to help you secure them as we normally do in any other year. So does anyone have any questions about that or comments? Or I want this to just be a really open discussion. Is this good news to you guys? Okay, good. So Amber says, do all locations need to fill out contracts as we did last year? Yes, the contract is necessary because it's important for us to have that piece of paper saying that, yes, you spoke to someone there and we are allowed to be there for both your protection and theirs. So the calendar is not quite ready yet, but as soon as I get that cookie calendar made, I'll get that out to you guys. As far as Juliet's doing booth sales, yes, we have allowed Juliet's to do booth sales in the past. So they will have the same opportunity to participate like they have. has that been an issue? I'm kind of curious of why that question came up.
Jessica, it was me, Alma, who asked the question. And I had a troop leader her troop has kind of disbanded, and some of the girls are going Juliet. And she was asking for the parents because the parents and the child still want to sell cookies. And so they were wondering if they would still be allowed to do booth sales.
Absolutely. And Gay-Jean is really my helper with the Juliets, and she is a great resource for any question, Juliet. Gay-Jean, did you want to comment on that?
Yes, I was going to say, Alma, have her call me because you're my service unit also, so I can talk to those parents.
Okay, I will definitely give them your name.
Sure.
Okay, and then the next topic on that, if anyone doesn't have any questions or comments about booths, I'll just go ahead and move on. I already just touched on this just a minute ago about the rewards, and so right now I just want to also, another piece of mind, right now we are planning on traveling. If your daughter earns Epic Waters or the Orlando trip, as of now, we are making plans as if those trips will be happening in the summer. We were so sad that we weren't able to make those work this summer, and you'll notice that there are not dates on the order card or printed in the manual. That's because we're going to keep an eye on it. So I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in detail on Thursday, but what this is going to look like is right now here in the fall, we're planning on traveling in summer 2021. We'll reevaluate this in February of 2021 if there are tighter COVID restrictions or it just seems like we're not going to be able to travel for some reason. We're looking at pushing the date back to December 2021. If we get to late spring of 2021 and for some reason we are still not able to travel in December of 2021, we will then consider an alternative option. Does that seem fair to everyone? It really is our hope and dream that we can go to Orlando and Epic. So I know that was very disappointing. So we'll try it again. Is everyone good with that? For those few of you that I can see, thank you for having your camera on. Okay, one more reminder, we are doing the cookie crossover patch this year. So as we're wrapping up the fall sale, to qualify for the cookie crossover patch, the girls will need to send the 15 emails for fall product, sell $250 in fall product, and 300 boxes of cookies. That is very doable. I know all of you have girls that easily achieve the 300 level in your service unit, and our fall product numbers look awesome. So thank you to all of you who have encouraged your girls to participate in the fall product. I really appreciate it. So just a reminder that that's new this year. And one new reward that I also just wanted to mention that you probably have already seen is we added digital cookie rewards. So if your girls send 30 emails, they'll get a power bank, like a phone charger bank. And then if they sell 300 boxes of digital cookies, they get a selfie light. So we kind of had a tech theme going on with that for rewarding them for using their digital platform. I see a question here about the permission slips and all that. I've got all of those links available. I'm going to post them in the chat box, and then I will also send them in a recap tonight. So let me just real quick. That's pretty much it. I know all of you guys are veterans at this and really knowledgeable. I hope you were able to take some nuggets of information from tonight. Does anyone have any questions or comments or concerns on any of the things that I just mentioned? Nothing? Did you guys enjoy this? Can I get like a thumbs up or a smile? Okay, good. Well, I do want to let you know that one random winner will be chosen tonight for sticking through it. So if you don't mind hanging on the call for just a minute so I can make sure and take down everyone's name who stayed on the call for the duration of the training, I am awarding one more gift card tonight, just an appreciation for you. So let me just make sure I get everyone's name down. And check your emails tonight for a appreciation gift. Shannon, I did see that you just hopped on the call. We kind of got done a little bit faster, but if you want to say a few words, we've still got everybody on the line.
Sure. I don't want to keep you guys too late because I know you all have busy lives, but I just wanted to thank each and every one of you. I know many of you have been around for cookie sale after cookie sale after cookie sale, and probably earned more stripes than you care to imagine during the last cookie sale. I think we did a really good job breaking Jessica in for that sale, but I appreciate all of your tireless efforts to kind of stick with it with us. My hope and dream this year is that the sale goes easier, but I am certain we will encounter some challenges along the way. So your patience and flexibility are appreciated in advance. I loved to see last year the innovation that many of you kind of came up with. I think Megan and Carrie from Service Unit 644, you guys started off with the great cookie rally to start the season off. You had one of the best rallies that I've heard about. So congratulations for having a great cookie rally for all the girls in your service unit. And Tracy Thompson from Service Unit 688, you were one of the first volunteers that reached out to help us get involved with helping coordinate some of those donations and for the Cookies for Courage campaign. So when we had to kind of turn on a dime, your service unit was incredibly helpful, and you were very, very helpful. So thank you for that. Catherine Dennison from Service Unit 636, you guys also helped coordinate lots and lots and lots of cookie returns to us when we needed it most, so we can get those cookies back out, because people were donating money for us to donate some of those cookies out to our service workers. So thank you for coordinating that. And for all of you, I mean, like, again, I know you do this year after year after year, and you stick through it with us through thick and thin. And I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that you're back again, ready to go for another cookie year. It's going to take all of us to make it a successful year for our girls and make sure that they have fun selling cookies this year, and that we're prepared for anything that comes our way. So I just wanted to say thank you for participating and for being willing to do the heavy work at your service units. I can't wait to see what you guys are able to accomplish this year. And I look forward to seeing some pretty innovative things, because I think we're going to have to adjust and just do our best. So thank you guys. I don't know if Jessica has anything else to say, but enjoy your evening. Thanks for everything that you're doing, and keep up the great work.
Thank you, Shannon. That's it. Thank you, guys. I just really appreciate that all of you came back, and what she said was true. This was a crazy first year, but I couldn't have done it without you guys. So thank you so much. If you ever need anything, you know my info. Let me get those links to you real quick, like I said I would. So here is the your consultant agreement. That is the SU consultant agreement. And then I've got the troop agreement.
Terry, I want your puppy.
My daughter would kill me if I got rid of this puppy.
Also, just so oh, go ahead. Was someone going to say something?
I'm sorry. I was just, while everybody was here, we've had some questions about Cookie Rally.
Yes.
And our leaders cannot quite agree on whether we're doing things virtually or in person. So I'm kind of wondering how other people are planning Cookie Rallies this year.
Well, I know I can speak for the doodle poll that I sent out, and I think it was not an anonymous poll, so you could see everyone else's results. And I think the final was we had 7 voting for virtual rallies and 5 voting for in-person rallies. So I'm really glad that you started the conversation, Jennifer. Little Brownie has amazing resources available, and Teller, you're welcome to chime in. They've got a full 60 minutes worth of presentations, videos, all kinds of stuff for anything that you might need for a virtual rally. If you want to supplement that, Tallery.
Oh yeah, so 6 5-minute videos. One is about the cookies, one is about the mascot. We have an interview with a veterinarian that works specifically on horses. One is just a cookie chant that is really fun, but if you're not into that, go with the other 5. And there are 6 activities that you can do virtually. So if you want it to be full virtual, we have that. And then we actually have the rally crafts on littlebrownie.com right now. We've already started posting this season's rally crafts there. So whether you're in person or virtual, we've got you covered this season. If anybody else has any questions, I'll be in the chat box.
Thank you.
Can I say something?
Yes, of course.
What I'm planning on doing, and the officers in the service unit are agreeing. We had to wait until we found out the theme of this year's cookies. So now that Hope the horse is on her way, we're going to have the troops do their individual cookie rally, and we're going to provide all of the materials that our troops would need, and per each girl and each girl's level, so that they can all get into the cookie rally spirit, and it can be shared. They can take their stuff and share it virtually. You drop off the packet or the bag and the packet to each of their girls if they want. Or like my troop is going to be separated, socially distanced, and they're going to be putting together their packets, and we'll be going over the cookie rally and how to sell and get hyped up, and we need to make up from last year's type of thing. So
perfect, thank you. I think that's the direction we're leaning now, is to do individual troop rallies, and I think that might be our best option. Thank you so much.
Is anyone else getting creative or trying something different that you want to share? Maybe you don't know yet. It's a little early. It's okay.
A little PSA too, we have other videos as well about doing that girl delivered porch drop-off thing, about DOC. Those are all on YouTube. If you guys just search for Little Brownie Baker on YouTube, you'll find a lot of those explanatory videos for the season. And I'll make sure that Jessica has access to all of those as well.
Okay. Well, if no one else has anything to share, I will go ahead and let you guys go. I appreciate your time, and reach out to me anytime. So have a good night.
Stay safe.
Thanks, Jessica.
Bye.